We initially tried to go up the stairs, get around, found the floor was burnt out, that we couldn't access it that way. They put up ladders, broke bars off the window. There was tremendous heat, smoke, no visibility at all. He was right inside the window on the floor. We actually had to walk on him to get in and try to do a rescue. I had leaned over on my belly and reached down, but like I say, we had those flex hoses, and when I did, I laid on the hose so it sucked all my air out. He was tangled up in shelving on one side. There was file cabinets on the other. You go through an hour bottle in 15, 20 minutes because you're exerting yourself that much time to get people out. They started putting water, blowing a line over our heads because fire was coming across our heads. Yeah, it was warm. And when you're in that kind of heat and you can't see, it's a whole different scenario, I tell you. Hopefully nobody has to go through that. The area we had to work in was body width. You couldn't put your feet on each side of his body to lift him up. I presume Mark probably weighed 190, somewhere in that vicinity, 190, 200 with his bunking gear. He's up about 260, plus all the water getting on him, saturating all his bunking gear. We're probably trying to lift 300 pounds. It was like he was always hooked on something. We could just never get him off the floor. We got 2 guys in there. It didn't work any better. We were trying everything we could figure out just to get him lifted up and out. This is your fellow firefighter laying on the ground. You're trying to save his life.
It wasn't just a simple matter of picking up this downed firefighter, lifting him up and putting him out the window that you would think. It looked like it would be that easy. And of course there was, you know, certainly the human tunnel vision that you get that, hey, he's right here. The firefighters are in the room, lift him up, put him out the window, and we got the rescue accomplished. And it just wasn't that simple. In that particular situation in the building where he was trapped was really a confined space, and obviously hindsight's 20/20. And the Denver drill was developed in response to that confined space area and the fact that they had to come up with a better plan to get that firefighter up and out of a confined space.
Today we're going to teach you the Denver drill. In Denver we do this drill in real life and in training with 2 firefighters. This is the safest, fastest, most efficient way to get a firefighter out of a building. This drill can be taught by bringing the victim, as this victim is, and as Mark Langvardt was found, head first to the window, or the victim can be placed feet first at the window. While doing a primary search with your partner, you may find a victim. No need to turn that victim around. If you drag them feet first or head first to the window, any method will work. We're going to show you both those methods today. There are also some variations that are being taught with the Denver drill. One of those variations involves using a rope system, placing the ground ladder above the window, and using a system that's a 2-to-1 to lift this firefighter out of the window. The other variation that's being taught is adding a 3rd firefighter to the mix, basically placing that 3rd firefighter against the wall and shimmying that firefighter up and out the window. Although good variations, they're not as good as what we're going to teach you today. They add more equipment, more technique, and especially more time to this system. And we can't afford to lose any more time on trying to get a victim out. Let's look at some of those variations before we begin. One of the variations to the Denver drill that we teach is a 2-to-1 system with a rope, hooked to a ladder, wrapped around the harness of the downed firefighter, basically using this rope system to get the firefighter out. While a good system, it's not the best. There's a couple of things that come into play here. One is having the correct rope available at the scene right away, ready for use. Having someone having the ability to tie that knot, getting that into place, can be difficult in a dark, smoky, hot environment. Some other complications that come into play are positioning of the ladder outside the window. Once this save is made, once this rescue is made, and we get this firefighter out the window, there's no way for any rescuers in this room to get out this window. We may have dragged this victim to this particular location because of hot, hazardous conditions elsewhere where we can't make a self-rescue. And while a good system, it's not a fast system, it's not the speediest. Remember, do as much with as little as possible. 2 firefighters getting this person out is going to be the best for you. Another method of the Denver drill that is taught is the 3 firefighter rescue method. With the 3rd firefighter rescuer, we're adding that firefighter basically at the base of the window, basically shuttling the victim up. Primary rescuer, ladder rescuer taking the victim out, essentially the same way we're doing with the 2 rescue system. Normally, primary searches are done with 2 firefighters. We like to teach a 2 firefighter method. It's the fastest, it's the quickest, it's the safest way to get somebody out. You may not have this 3rd firefighter nearby to assist in the rescue.